It is Tuesday morning. I've been here since last night. It's 8 o'clock in the morning now. I was supposed to be unloaded at 7. As you can see, I'm ready to be unloaded. It's pallets of gypsum plaster, and I guess it's some kind of flooring product. Anyway, I've made all kinds of phone calls at 7 when I was supposed to unload, and waiting for I guess individuals to come get me. I walked around, talked to some people. They gave me phone numbers to call, and I talked to a lady who was gonna verify that the people that are supposed to unload me are in today. So here I sit and wait. In a couple more minutes I'll make phone calls again. And it's some kind of a, I think, apartment complex that they're just completing construction on. It's fairly nice. I'm in Aurora, Illinois. It's just west of Chicago. There's a lot of construction workers here, but none seem to be the individuals I need to unload this product or that work with this product. Everybody's been really nice. In fact, when I got here last night, there was a construction worker that I assume that gave me the this location where I'm at right now. He said if you park here, it'd probably be better, because I was parked on the side in where the vehicle parking was, but there was cars constantly going by, and he I think felt bad, thinking that I would have all these cars keeping me up, or at least passing my car all the time. And so he said he made some phone calls, sounded like to somebody who was in charge, and described what I was delivering, and said, yeah, you should park where I'm at right now. So leads me to believe that this is the location where they're going to utilize this product. So it was kind of a tight turn getting in here, but I made it, and this road continues all the way around to a gravel road on the other side that I should be able to just drive straight out of here. So we shall see. And yeah, so it's 8:08 right now. So, and I got up at 6:15 and ate some food, and then because it's completely cloudless weather, I felt it safe to unstrap and untarp and be prepared to unload in this kind of weather, because there's no chance of any type of precipitation. Otherwise I would have had to maybe unstrap, but keep it tarped until they tell me, because this is the kind of product where you don't want it to get wet. So anyway, I guess it's time to make some phone calls. Otherwise I could, sit here for quite a while, and yeah, I get detention pay after 2 hours, but I'd rather be driving, because you get twice as much money driving as you do sitting. But it hasn't been for lack of trying. I've first thing, once I was done untarping and unstrapping, I went and found individuals and showed them what I had to deliver. Said, who I need to talk. That's the thing about coming to a construction work site, is you have to locate the individual that needs the specific product that you're there to deliver. This is my second, I guess you'd call, job site delivery. The first one, and what was it? Drywall? No, I can't remember what the product was. But I talked to like 50, at least it felt that way, probably 15 people at that previous job site, trying to locate who I needed. I was just like, hey, who's in charge? I need to find the person who's in charge, because they know who would utilize the stuff I have. And by doing that, they kept pointing, oh, you need to go that way, this way, da-da-da. And I finally got to them, and then they put me in contact with who I needed to see. I did the same thing today. I was like, do you know who's in charge? Who do I need to talk to about getting my truck unloaded? It's got plaster gypsum on here. And he gave me a phone number, and I called, and that person on the phone seemed to be very knowledgeable as to what I was bringing and who needed to be unloading it. And so, but that was about, I want to say 45 minutes ago. And I can only assume that she had caller ID and my phone number showed up on it, but she never indicated that I would be getting a call back. So I'm going to call that individual again and see if there's any updates on I even called a number that I was given for the individual, I think, that works for that is specifically going to use this product. Well, I tried calling that person this morning, but I got voicemail, so that's a little disheartening. Anyway, so it's been 6 minutes already just talking on this video, and still nothing. So time to reach out and touch someone. As soon as I got done, I made a phone call, and they said somebody would be showing up shortly, and they did. And there's this little tiny baby forklift. You can see that the pallet of product is about as big as the forklift. So I'm not sure exactly how successful this is going to go. They told me that they were late because all the, I guess, pieces of equipment used to unload trucks are being utilized. So this is, I guess, what he was able to find. Not sure exactly where he went just now. But I'm hesitant to see this happen. It might be able to, but I don't know. These are, let's see, 12 pallets. Yeah, you might be able to. I don't know, they're close to, they're probably about 3,900 pounds a piece. So it's like, hopefully that's that forklift is capable of lifting 2 tons. We shall see. We'll see what happens. He ended up getting a second device. I don't know, the forklift was cutting it. You know, he got two pallets off, maybe 3. Then he came back with like a Bobcat with a forklift attachment on the front, and he pulled off from the opposite side, and he ended up dropping bags, and they split open. So not sure exactly. A guy from the 3rd floor balcony just dumped a bunch of stuff out the balcony to land on the ground. Yeah, so the saga continues. I'm not sure if he's going to continue with the same unloading device. As long as he doesn't tip it back all the way, because that's what happened, is he pulled the forks all the way back and the bags started sliding off the top, like 4 or 5 bags. One of them hit the ground and split open. I set one over on the curb right there so it'd be out of the way. And so I'm assuming he went and switched to that one because it could reach the opposite side of the deck. But the plan was that he'd unload this side, and then I'd back up and move the truck over to that side of the street so he can unload the opposite side. So we'll see how this continues. So far it's interesting. There's 10:47. Sorry, I had to blow something off of my screen. It's 10:47 in the afternoon. I'm trying to pick up 2 aluminum coils, loaded shotgun. Let's see here. Been here for 38 minutes, and I've driven about 50 miles today. This delivers in Helena, Texas, and I'm in where am I at? Lincolnshire, Illinois, which is even deeper into Chicagoland. And I get to travel through a large chunk of this city getting out of here. Luckily, it's in the afternoon, so traffic should be at a minimum in the route I'm taking. So that's if I ever get loaded. They gave me my paperwork, and I was originally supposed to back into a door behind me, door number 5, when the current flatbed pulls out. Well, I got my deck all situated with all the equipment I need, including tarps, and then I decided, well, let me go look in door number 5 to see what I'm waiting on. And it was a dump trailer with no truck attached. So I was like, it might be a while before that one pulls out since it doesn't have a truck attached to it. So I went inside with my paperwork and let them know that there's currently just a trailer with no truck attached in door number 5. Do I still wait for that? And they said, no, just proceed down to these doors 7 and 8. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you got to be proactive. I mean, you could sit somewhere for hours and they will provide very minimal input unless you're proactive into discovering problems. So anyway, right now, right where those two big, huge pillars are, there's 2 entrances there. And what does this truck think he's doing? I don't know. I'm waiting for a truck to pull out of there. That truck cannot pull into that spot because there's a truck there. There's this alleyway right here, and perhaps he's pulling into there. Unfortunately, it looks like the back of his truck was tagged a few times, but this is Chicago. That could have happened anywhere. So anyway, where those pillars are, I'm waiting for a truck to pull out. There's 2 of them in there right now. One just pulled in, and so I'm waiting. Hopefully, the other guy pulls out soon. I'm hoping that we're allowed to tarp outside, thus enabling trucks once they get loaded and semi-secured pull out, finish securement, and tarping, thus allowing other truck drivers to pull in and get loaded and speeding up the process. Sometimes that's allowed, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have to have it completely tarped before you pull out of their shed. It slows down the process for everyone, but I mean, if that's the requirement, then that's the requirement. We have to live with it. I was back. Can you see that back side of that stop sign? That's where I was parked for about half an hour while I was preparing the deck of my truck. I would have been pulled in sooner because other trucks were passing me to come to this spot where I'm at right now to get in door 7 and 8 that I had been ahead of. But since I didn't, since I was assigned a different door that changed, I could be in there right now being loaded, but so luckily I went in and rediscussed the situation and got clarification, so they changed my door assignment. Because I don't think they're aware of what's going on in these other doors over here that they have flatbeds pull into, which I believe is where I pulled into last time. I've been here one other time, and I don't recall exactly what I got out of here that last time. I think it was a couple coils. I can't remember. But I'm getting 2 16,000-pound aluminum coils, and they want them loaded shotgun style, or eye to the front. So with them being 16,000 pounds each, they're kind of smaller coils. So I should be able to cover the whole thing with one tarp, I'm hoping. They're only 40 inches in width. So I used my short boards that are 48 inches, 2 sets of those with independent racks. And it's slightly over 16,000 pounds, so I have to use 3 cradles, coil cradles, because they're rated we do 1 for every 8,000 pounds. So most truck drivers that I see will just use 2, even if it's like a 40,000 pound coil, and I think that's insane. But hey, I don't work for those companies, and I am not those drivers, so they'll throw like 8 million chains on their load, but everybody does it slightly different. Anyway, yeah, we'll see how this turns out when I can officially get on the road. I have to travel 10 hours and 46 minutes to get to my location tomorrow. It's an open appointment, not a big deal. They do have parking there, but I won't make it there today. I've only have 9 hours. I'm on my 14-hour clock already. Yeah, because of the time it took to unload at my first stop this morning. And there will be, I'm sure there's discussion amongst truck drivers on how that could be best accomplished, but I did mine, what I would say is legally done by the books and hours of service rules. So, because there are those that would fudge the numbers, and to each their own. Anyway, that's it for now. See how this turns out and when I actually get out of here. It's slightly after 7, and this is what I've got. I didn't take into account that these are aluminum, in the sense that I thought, oh, you know, 16,000 pound coils are going to be tiny, but when they're aluminum, they're a lot bigger. So there's a space in there, you can't see it, but well, kinda, you can see those 2 little bumps on the top. That's what they're separated by, and that's probably a good 2 feet. Required a minimum of 18 inches between coils, unless you're marrying the coils, but that's a different subject. I was looking at, because these are over 6 feet tall. When I got up there, I was thinking, wow, my steel tarps just won't do it. So I ended up having to pull out the mighty lumber tarp, and that extended the whole setup by, you know, several minutes. So there's 2 chains and 1 strap per coil, plus a coil block for each coil. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 3 chains, and a strap, and that covers all the requirements. And then, you know, bungees everywhere trying to hold the tarp down. And yeah, so I tend to pull the excess of my tarp usually to the front, where they train us to bring it to the back and then tuck it under, but I do it to the front. This way the wind, it's just my personal preference. Anybody can do it however they want. And so that's what that's for. That little deflection has a bunch of extra tarp underneath it, and then the wind helps hold it in place. Whereas if I could probably bungee the heck out of it in the back, but even now, some of the extra has worked its way out the back. So oh well, I'll have to get in there, because there's probably about 4 feet that hang down extra on the tarp that I had to tuck in, I think. And so this is just extra that I had to fold in on the back just to get to this corner. And then the front. People drive trucks around here all the time. What's up with that? This isn't oh, there's the Flying J on the other side of the highway. You can probably barely see it, but that place looked full. And this Casey's right across the highway is like empty. And I could tell by when I came off of the exit ramp that I think Casey's is going to be more enjoyable to find a parking spot than it is. See, I'm parked kind of right up front, like a reefer driver. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll go drop this off in the morning in West Helena, Arkansas, in which I have to travel through Tennessee mostly to get there. So we'll see what I get after that.